Well, good evening, everyone. It is Monday, March the 23rd, in case you guys didn't know what today was. And I'm Sharon Rankin. If I haven't had a chance to meet you, I am a 35-year veteran with the Juice Plus Company, and our mission of inspiring healthy living has never been more vibrant and important than it is right now. And so I'm excited that you all are taking time from whatever you're doing today to join us on this call. The greater mission of the Juice Plus family is inspiring healthy living around the world. I think we're now in some 25 countries, and there's more countries on the drawing board, I do know. And then our team's mission statement is that we are inspired agents for change, ambassadors out there making a difference, shine the light every single day, making a difference in people's lives right now and in future generations. And it is truly what we do now that it's going to make a difference for future generations. So tonight we had a call scheduled, but our leadership team met and we had a great conversation this morning. And I don't know about you guys, does anybody feel like since last Monday night, it's not just been a week, it's been more like a month? You know, like a month has passed in 1 week. A lot has happened in our world. And we had a terrific conversation this morning in our leadership group on the subject and the umbrella, how we could best serve. And we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. We're going to watch a quick little podcast from Darren Hardy on this. But I just saw in the Juice Plus Live piece that just came out of the Insights magazine on Juice Plus Live, and the statement said, unprecedented times call for unprecedented actions. I hope you guys will just take that to heart, put that in your heart, your memory, your thinking, your mindset as you go. Unprecedented times call for unprecedented actions, and that could include our mindset and our attitude and our leadership activities and what we're doing. So we met this morning and talked about, again, how we can best serve. There's a lot of ways that we can best serve, but we came up with 5 things that we want to share with you, 5 or 6. You guys can add to this list. We're going to put it together and get it posted on our team Facebook page. But one of the things that we can do, first of all, for those of you who are hosting and administrating customer pages, there are many people who have their own customer pages. We can step up our education, we can step up our support, we can step up some of the ideas and encouragement that we get from the Juice Plus Company at large. So that's one way that we can serve better. And then we're hearing from so many of you, I'm going to call them, we've called them 3-way calls, connection calls, but let's just call them love calls right now. How we can best love on people. And I'm thinking specifically our customers. You can expand that out to just about anybody you want to. But when I say a love call, our culture right now has moved to email, text, messenger, Facebook. Well, here's your challenge. Pick up the phone and call somebody. Pick up the phone and call somebody. I looked in a list last week of some people that I've seen that had not ordered in a while. I called them. I mean, they were on my order. They had just reordered. I called them and had everybody answered the phone, guys. Every single person answered the phone. And I called somebody today that didn't have my phone in their database. I know they didn't. And we had a great conversation. So pick up the phone, make some love calls. You can do it with a buddy if you want to have some support, call some people with a buddy, but really reach out personally to people and find ways that we can find out how we can best serve them, support them, how are their families doing, I think one of the things that I heard this morning is a statement is how is all of this impacting your daily activity? And then for a canceled customer, the conversation might be, this might be a good time to revisit your decision to front load your body with plant powders. You know, this might be a good time for people to revisit their decision that they had made some time ago. So love calls. And then Zoom. We were just talking about this technology, how incredible it is. You can use it for customers. You can use it for your teams. You can use it for families. I heard several people this morning talking about teaching their elderly parents and family members to connect with other family members. And so we can make a big difference right now in our world using this technology. And then number 4, gratitude. And I can't say enough about gratitude being a mindset. It is a mindset. It's something that we can choose every single day, finding ways to be grateful for what we do have. I love this statement: if you think you can, you will. And if you think you can't, or you think something's not going to happen, then I guarantee you it's not going to happen. You're not going to do it. So what we think on, it is the law of attraction, is so true, will manifest itself. So mindset. And one of the things that I'm seeing, and I had a long conversation with the distributor today, it's like, nobody has a job and nobody's doing anything, and I can't. And I said, as long as you think that, trust me, you're never going to get a new order, or you're never going to impact somebody's life. In my own NMD Open, Customer Open, and I think Nancy testified to this as well today, I am seeing the most significant customer increase that I have seen in a long time. Significant customer increase last month and this month alike. So now is the time to be reaching out and having conversation and reminding people about what we have, for sure. But your gratitude, and don't do it for your customers, people on the streets, I posted on my Facebook today, and I probably should post it in the Mission Possible page. The policemen, the people working in the grocery store, our healthcare workers. I can't tell you how many people need our gratitude and our encouragement right now more than ever. So whatever you can do, think on that. Find ways to express gratitude and acknowledgement for what people are doing. I thanked a grocery clerk last week when I was there. I looked her in the eye and I said, "Thank you so much for being here." She said, "You have no idea how much that means, because all I'm hearing every day is complaints and whining and thinking that we're stealing the toilet paper." So guys, they're not. So let's encourage one another and step it up in gratitude. And then finally, personal growth. And we're going to listen to a podcast by Darren Hardy here in just a minute. And working on our personal growth right now, preparing us for the next phase of our business, for the next phase of our culture and our history, is going to be very, very important. How we prepare during this time and how we will come through it on the other side. There's a great lesson in here. And so then I just want to call your attention to a couple little things, and then I'm going to put Darren Hardy on. I've listened to this twice. It is phenomenal. I will post it after. It'll be on here, and then we can post it. And I will mention that there are some fantastic online Zoom and Facebook events going on right now that you can invite to. I know Sally and her team are hosting Debbie Walton on a Zoom, The Powers in the Plant. This is an incredible thing. It's Wednesday and Thursday. It's been posted on Voxer. Go check it out again. And then I saw today that Dr. Mitra Ray is going to do an online Facebook event live on Friday night at 8 p.m. Central. So we'll get you more details on that for sure. I'm trying to think what else we need to talk about, but here's what I want to challenge you to do. Is this week, look for ways to serve. Think, how can I serve someone? What can I do to serve others? And then next week, I want to hear some stories. It'd be so fun to hear stories of inspiration and encouragement and acknowledgement and the difference that we've made, for sure. So I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. And if any of our leaders need to come in here, remind me what I didn't say, you can. So I'm going to put Darren Hardy on here. And we are going to listen. And you might want to take notes because it's really, really good.
Welcome to Darren Daily On Demand, your most trusted resource
Can you all hear
to help
that?
you become better every day. Here's your success mentor, Darren Hardy.
Hello, everyone. Darren Hardy here. I have been asked to offer some perspective about what you might do as a leader, given the corona crisis situation that we are all faced with, and maybe some decisions that you might want to make from a business perspective. Forgive the impromptu-ness of this due to our social distancing here. I don't have my normal film crew. I'm coming to you from my desk in my cabana here on the beach of South Beach on my computer monitor camera here, in fact. And in front of me are people frolicking on the beach in front of me and people playing tennis behind me here. So please forgive a bit of the cashness of this message. But first off, I want to give you a different take on what's going on. I don't want to talk about the health implications of the coronavirus. There are a lot of more qualified people to talk about the health perspective and what you should do. I am not a doctor and I don't even play one on the internet. I want to talk about the business implications of what's taking place right now. And then I don't want to just talk to you as a citizen and your responsibilities. I want to talk to you as a leader and what your responsibilities are as a leader. There's three things I want to cover. Number one is, okay, where is the hope? And what should we be focusing on if we want to steward our teams as a good leader during these times of crisis and uncertainty? That's number one. Number two is, there are three things in particular that you might want to adjust in the leadership of your business in the marketplace. And then there are three things that you might want to adjust in your leadership of your team. And the third thing is how to keep control of engagement, keep control of the growth of your organization and success during these uncertain times. So those are the three things that I want to cover with you here. First off, I just want to relate. I know that these are unsettling and uncertain times, and that there are a lot of people who are genuinely scared and afraid for good reason. I know that the COVID-19 news has been dominating the airwaves, it's been dominating your social channels, it's been dominating your email, it's been dominating every conversation that you've been having. Even maybe more newsworthy are the reactions, repercussions of that due to what's happening now because the stock market and countries are in lockdown and millions of kids are out of school and events all over the world have been canceled and nobody can find toilet paper and hand sanitizer is 10 times its normal cost. So yes, lots of reasons in which to be fearful. But look, understand fear is normal. It is a normal human response. When we are threatened physically or emotionally, our nervous system generates fear. Now, fear should just inform you to make a new positive decision. That's all it should do, is to get you to take action to make a positive decision. What it should do is engulf you. You see, that's why FDR said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, because fear can engulf you and paralyze you and keep you from doing anything. And as a result of it, then you end up creating your own reality. So you don't want fear to drive discrimination, poor decisions, or even drive you towards destructive behavior. As a leader, you have the choice. Are you going to either feel the panic or are you going to feel the preparedness, the planning, and the positioning? Because this too shall pass. And it is what you do during this period of time that will define you as a leader. You see, leadership is defined in times of crises, not in good times. This is when the character of the leader is exposed. And so how you step up during these times and how you focus your conversations during these times is going to define your character coming out of these times. And I don't care whether you run a large company or you run a small company, you have a large team, a small team, or you just have a team at home as a leader of your household or as a leader in your peer group or as a leader at church. You are a leader and people are looking to you and how you are responding in the conversations that you're having. Are you continuing to talk about all the things that can't be done now because of what's happening in the current uncertainty, or are you redirecting this conversation to what can be done? Okay, well, because of that, we can do this, we can do that. So this is the time in which to step up as a leader. There's two facts that I want to cover real quickly here. Now, number one is that we can do this. We've been here before. Yes, it's a different variation of it, but we've been here before and we have survived it before, and ultimately this too shall pass. Look, we overcame viruses and diseases of the past. Smallpox, which killed 500 million people in its last 100 years of existence. Yellow fever and typhoid and whooping cough and rabies and chickenpox and mumps and measles, all of those. We have more recently the West Nile virus, SARS and swine flu, and Zika. We have survived and moved through all of those as well. On an economic front, I mean, just think of the things we survived in the last 30, 40 years. The Black Monday, the 1987 stock market crash, the Y2K bug, and the tech bubble that burst in 2000, anthrax in 2001, where everybody was afraid to open up their mail, and 9/11, which obviously had global economic implications, and 2008, also massive global recession. North Korea, saber rattling in 2013, which also had global implications. All of those things we have moved through. So we've been through this before. Certainly this is a new flavor and variety. This too shall pass. So with that, disruption equals new opportunity. Newton's third law is for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So whatever is happening, whatever is caused as a result of the current crisis and situation, there is going to be a reaction. Just look at restaurants are down, hotels are down, cruise ships are down, theme parks are down, and so forth. But look at what's happening in the packaged goods. People who make pot pies and pizzas, frozen pot pies and pizzas, businesses are exploding. How about people who are making toilet paper, hand sanitizer, right? Now the kids are going to be home from school, the homeschooling business, now the workforce is going to be home. Think about all the virtual systems that support a distributed workforce, things like Zoom, video conferencing, and things like Asana and all the rest of that. Those businesses are going to flourish. So for every action, there's going to be an opposite reaction. And as a leader, what you want to do is to look for the reaction. Look for, okay, because of this problem, where are the new solutions? You see, new problems for entrepreneurs are fuel. It is the fortune that is created. If you didn't know, 16 of the 30 Dow companies were created during recessions or depressions. 16 of 30, that's more than half. These are companies like Procter & Gamble and Disney and Alcoa and McDonald's and General Electric and Johnson & Johnson. Hyatt Company and Sports Illustrated were born in the 1950s recession. Microsoft was born in the recession of the 1970s. CNN and MTV were born in the recession of the 1980s. See, problems are food and oxygen and fuel for entrepreneurialism. So you want to shift your focus from the problems of the current situation to the cause, and then what are the solutions needed now that didn't exist before? What are the new solutions that are needed now? And how can your company help? How can you help? How can you be of a service? How can you serve? Not what can you sell, not what can you exploit, what can you help? How can you be of value? How can you be a light in darkness? That's where you want the focus of your attention to go. This is what I call a clarion call for leadership. Right now, the world is looking for leaders to move us in a positive direction. Everybody in your industry, in your company, in your community, in your family is experiencing the same thing. They're experiencing uncertainty, fear, worry, and paralysis. So what can you do to step up as a leader? So let's talk about the two different places. In the marketplace, leading your business or your future in the marketplace, and then with your team at the office, your team at home. Let's talk about the marketplace. Number one is asking these questions. What is the new reality? Okay, people are stuck at home. They're afraid. They need guidance. They want hope. You see, people aren't broke. They're just bored. So what can you do to be of help? How can you add value? Those are the questions to ask. Given what's happening right now, what do people need? How can I be of help? What is the action that has happened? And then what is going to be the reaction? And how might I provide the answer to these new problems? Those are the questions to ask. And then adjust yourself for it. Number two is get out in front of the fear. Get out in front of people's emotional responses to what's happening in the world. If you have a restaurant, live stream what you are doing to sanitize your environment, the new rules that you have in the back kitchen, the protocols that you have for your wait staff. Allay people's fears. Here's the thing you can't do with people's fears. You can't ignore them, and you can't minimize them. They're real for people. You see, we are emotional beings who sometimes think. We are not thinking beings who have emotional issues. We are emotional beings, and 100% of our decisions and 100% of our behaviors are driven from emotions. So do not discount or ignore what people are feeling. Address them. Allay their fears and concerns. Positively explain what you are doing as a business to address their concerns. If you're a movie theater, you're putting 2 seats between everybody for social distancing. If you're a gym, how are you sanitizing your gym? What protocols are you putting in place? Get in front of everybody's fears. Number 3, you probably don't have to change your business at all. You probably just have to change your messaging. This is so key. Your messaging maybe is all that needs to change. See, if you're used to talking about the positive benefit and the positive solution and the better future that your product or service can provide, now you might need to adjust it to preservation, to protection, to what your product or service does to recover, to help people recover, to help people change, to help people adjust. Address the emotion. Right now, the emotion is fear, it's concern, it's worry, it's anxiety, it's prevention, it's safety. So how does your product or service address the emotion of the moment is the key thing, and adjust your messaging accordingly. There are 3 things people want from the solutions that they seek and from the leaders that they follow. This is really important. You might want to write this down. Number 1, they want certainty. They want to regain confidence. You see, when there are times of great crisis, The leader has to get up on the metal heap with a bullhorn and reestablish people's confidence in the way forward of the future. If the Columbia spaceship blows up in the sky with the first teacher aboard, the leader needs to get on national television and confirm that we will continue. We will survive. We will go forward, and that space program will continue. So you have to reinstill everybody's confidence. Number two, they want clarity. They want to have a sense of regaining control and having a sense of hope that the future will be better. They want to see a positive future, and that is third, which is simplicity, making things simple so that people see a way forward. They see that positive future. So they want certainty, they want clarity, and they want simplicity. Now let's talk about how you might step up as a leader for your team. Everybody's watching you. Everybody is watching you. Your team is watching you. Your children are watching you. Your community are watching you. And leaders are born in times of crisis. The reason why we know Lincoln, the reason why we know Washington, the reason why we know FDR, and even Reagan through the Cold War is these were leaders who led us through crisis, through difficult times, through times of great fear and difficulty. How about Millard Fillmore? Who, you ask? He was the president of the United States as well. We don't know him because there was no crisis in the United States when he was leader. You see, we only know the great leaders who led us through crisis. This is when great leaders are born. You see, without the great wars, we probably wouldn't know the names Robert E. Lee. We wouldn't know the name Ulysses Grant or George Patton or Douglas MacArthur or Norman Schwarzkopf. It took the war, it took the great crisis in order to have these leaders be known. Now, new leaders are going to be known because of how they lead through this crisis. See, my definition of a hero is it's an ordinary person who is put in an extraordinary situation, who steps up and takes action. Did you hear that? Let me say that again. It's an ordinary person put into an extraordinary situation who steps up and takes action. So you are an ordinary person. I am an ordinary person. We are all now put into an extraordinary situation. It's going to be the one who steps up and takes action are the ones we're going to deem the heroes and the ones that we're going to look to as leaders. So there's a desperate need today in the world for leaders, real leaders who inspire a positive way for us forward, particularly in these trying and difficult times. So it is your job to inspire hope, to be a beacon of light that illuminates the world in this dark void that we find ourselves in temporarily, and to show the path forward to a better future, a better world, a world that right now maybe a lot of people can't even see for themselves until you, the leader, step in and cast the vision and hold the light and illuminate the path forward. So to do that, you want to be a calm center, and you want to focus conversations and energies and behaviors on what you can do, on the positive emotions. We're all going to be emotional, but focus attention, time, and effort on the positive emotions, not fueling the panic emotions. So remember, your team needs the same three things from you. They need certainty. They need to regain confidence. They need clarity. They need authority and direction. They need simplicity. They need to regain control and have a sense of hope and see the positive future. So it is time for you to show that you are the leader. Number two is don't slow down. Don't shrink. Don't retreat. Instead, redirect. Reallocate time, energy, effort, and resources, and adjust. Don't slow. Just reallocate. You want to keep emotion in motion, positively, focusing on the things that you can do. You see, while the external events out there are not in your control, the things that are in control are what you do on the inside, what you do inside yourself, but what you do inside your organization. So what you have complete control of where the time, energy, and effort is being spent inside your organization. So what are the things you can do? Number one is you can work on skill development. You can work on personal growth and development. You can help sharpen everybody's saw. This is the perfect time. If you can't go out, chopping down trees on the outside world, at least spend the time sharpening your axe so that when it does come time again to go outside and start cutting down trees, you have sharp tools. Same thing with your people. Now might be the time to sharpen everybody's saw. When the panic subsides, it will be those teams and those organizations who spend the time to be the most prepared that will thrive. You want to fill the heads of your team with what's positive, because left to their own devices, their minds will flood with negative thoughts and negative emotions. It is just part of the human condition. You have to proactively flood their minds with what's positive, what's possible, and what's hopeful going forward into the future. That's why we need leaders. That's why we're calling you to step up to be the leader. There's never a more important time to strengthen yourself than to strengthen the minds and hearts and will and skills of your team than right now during these times. You don't want to just go through this adversity. You want to grow through this adversity. You might want to write that one down. Don't go through this adversity, grow through this adversity. Spend some time on personal growth and development. Number 3, I ask you to do right by your employees. They're hurting. A lot of them are being forced to stay at home with their children. And a lot of them, as a result of it, are not getting paid. Don't do that. Pay all that you can. Stick it out with them as much as you can. I understand there are cash flows and financial obligations and all the rest of that, but I ask you to do all you can to help each other through the situation the best that you can. Now, maybe the situation is forcing you to make some tough calls on people you probably should have let go before, but you didn't have the courage to do so. So maybe that forces some of those conversations where you clear the underbrush so that you can have a more vital forest. That's great. Maybe that helps you get the courage to finally do what you should have done long ago. But those people who've been with you, those valuable asset players in a thriving marketplace, do all you can to protect them during these times. And again, it's not like they're just going to be lollygagging. You should just redirect their time, energy, and attention. They should be contributing in ways, preparing and positioning your organization in ways so that when this does pass, and it will pass, you will thrive. So just reinvest time, energy, and effort into your team. You want to staff your team not for the situation right now, today. You want to staff your team for the potential future. So don't make short-term decisions today that cost you your future by not doubling down on the investment of your team. Lastly thing I've been asked to tell you is, okay, what am I doing? So I'm doing 4 things. Number 1, washing my hands. I'm washing my hands more than I've ever washed my hands in my whole damn life, and I'm washing my hands according to the way that Dr. Oz says a surgeon does it, right? You know, not just like this, but like this. And you say, get the thumbs, and make sure you get the palms. I'm washing my hands, singing happy birthday, doing the whole bit during it, do happy birthdays. And so, yeah, I'm washing my hands, all right? Everybody needs to wash their hands. Wash your damn hands. And maybe fist bump a little bit, stop the handshaking. Number 2, social distancing. I love this social distancing, right? Because I'm an introvert. I've been social distancing my whole life. Now it's like socially acceptable to be socially distancing. So that one's easy for me. Number 3, staying healthy. I also stay healthy all the time, but you know, not just the body, you want to stay healthy of mind, because I'm telling you what, not only are how you treat your body is going to affect your immune system and how healthy you are, because it's not a matter of if, it's probably a matter of when you do get the coronavirus, but it will be a matter of the health of your immune system to determine how much it affects you. So it's not going to be just how you are physically, it's going to be how you have been fueling your mind, because your mind has massive influence over your immune system. Fear is what is going to debilitate it. Positive possibility and abundance-mindedness is what's going to strengthen it. And the 4th thing is I am rescheduling where I am contributing. So I was going to be going to a concert, and that got canceled. We were holding a business masterclass in 2 weeks in San Diego, and we had to reschedule that. I was supposed to do a keynote in Vegas. I was supposed to do a boys trip. All these things that were on my calendar all of a sudden got cleared. Now there's awesome open void in my calendar. So there's a big project that I was going to hope to work on at the end of the year. I have just advanced that, so I go head down on it. It's like an amazing, beautiful opportunity to do something that I think will have a big impact on our business and my ability to serve you, in fact. When Hurricane Irma came through Florida, my wife and I and dog had to get in the car and go up to the Panhandle, and we were stuck in a place in Seaside for a whole week, and now I couldn't do anything on the outside. I went head down on a project that I had been meaning to get to, and the result of that project resulted in millions of dollars of revenue for our organization. And it would not have happened if I did not have that void and I did not take that time. Instead of just hanging out, you know, calling it a forced vacation, I just reallocated the time and energy to something else that I knew would be of great value. And I was right, it was of great value, not just to our organization, but to the people that it served as a result of being able to get that project done. So I encourage you to do the same. Figure out what you can individually, reschedule yourself to contribute. Number 2 is I'm working with our A team on development projects and doing planning and preparing that we never see a chance to get to. So this is an awesome opportunity.
Okay. I encourage you, I'm going to send this out again on Voxer that you guys can listen to. Was that helpful at all? I hope so. Because I've listened to it. This is my 3rd time. I even took more notes. But managing our emotions and our mindset right now is going to make all the difference. And there's so many ways that we can go out there and touch lives. So check out the Juice Plus Live. Our company just made an extraordinary announcement regarding the Juice Plus Insights magazine. Check it out. Make sure you get the Juice Plus Insights magazine. They have your email. Extraordinary announcement that Since there was no conference this year, they're going to live stream. I don't know how they're going to do this. No charge to any distributor, open on to guests, whoever wants to get guests in front of that. Incredible speakers. And I don't have the exact date. I think it'll be towards the end of April is when that'll take place. But if you want to be proud of a company that's stepping up to lead right now, like they've never, ever stepped up to lead. They've always been the company with a heart, but they have led well with their core values. But I would say right now we are experiencing the leadership that is second to none within the Juice Plus company. They had to demobilize. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but 600 employees, 11 offices, and I don't know, I forget how many countries, that they took all their employees and they prepared them to now work at home, just like many other people are doing. And you still have been able to get through to Juice Plus Corporate. So we have an incredible company. Let's give them lots of grace and support right now and encouragement. When you talk to people down there, thank them for serving in the way that they're serving as well. I can't say enough how much I love you guys. Your leadership is working together hard to create even other ways that we can engage. We're working on a fun little challenge contest for April. So I'm going to tell you to go ahead and put on your calendar Friday, May the 1st. We're thinking about, save that date. We're going to do a Zoom virtual team call of celebration that night after a little contest that we've had a challenge in the month of April. So stay tuned, more to come on that. Can't give I don't have every detail locked in my brain, but we're going to do a fun May Day celebration on Friday, May the 1st, as we have banded together through this month and we have encouraged and made a difference and shined a light. And just remember, the lives that we are touching right now will be for lives for future generations as well. So blessings, everyone. We love you. Good night. Yeah.
Good job, Sharon. Good job. Great call.
Awesome.
Sharon, you are a great leader.
Yes, you are.
By the grace
Thank
of
you,
God. Let's go
Thank
there.
you,
We'll
Sharon.
go by the grace
Thanks,
of God.
Sharon.
everybody.
Love you guys.
Thanks, Sharon.
Love you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.